All right. So we're here with Chloe Gao. So Chloe, tell us a little bit about your game. What did you find the first critical moment?
I mean, I think it was probably. I mean, I think the opening went okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Just equalized completely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't. Yeah, bishop f5. I guess is. Yeah. I mean, I considered bishop takes e5, but I guess, yeah, d takes d4. Bishop f4.
Not easy to make a decision like that. Very.
Yeah, I didn't want to give it the bishop pair, so.
Very double-edged, yeah. No, what you did, I think, is very logical. Maybe b takes is interesting, but I think this is also good. Thought bishop e4 was a very good move. When did you first feel, though, that you might be a little bit uncomfortable, slightly under pressure?
I mean, here after queen a5, I was like, I thought for a little bit, and yeah, I found queen e6, and yeah, I guess right after queen d8, bishop f8, and h4. Like I missed h4. I didn't see that he had this.
Yeah.
And so I guess like after h5, I just missed that like h5, bishop h6, and then I guess I thought if queen e7 or queen d6 he had to take, but I just missed that he had like queen a8. So I just like overlooked that.
You mean take on f8 or take on e7?
Either one. I mean, I thought if he took like if we traded, then it'd be like equal.
Yeah.
So I thought, but I just missed like queen a8.
Right. So I guess in that case, king g7 would have been safer, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I thought bishop h6, but I guess just king takes, queen takes.
Yeah. There is
king
nothing.
h5
Yeah. King h5, and it's sort of
Yeah.
that's sort of it, right? Yeah. So that was the kind of the one mistake in the game, but he didn't capitalize. In this position, by the way, I was wondering if you consider this possibility of queen takes f8.
I didn't. I thought because queen takes. Okay, then. Yeah. I mean, I saw it, but I didn't think it would be winning. Like, I guess.
King h3, and your idea, white's idea is sort of to play g4, and if f5, then you go back, and then white has a more active king and probably runs you out of moves. I was honestly very surprised by the decision to play in this position instantly queen takes b7, practically in 10 seconds, because when you have 40 minutes and you have a chance to transpose into a pawn endgame, this is a criticism for him, of course. In my opinion, you just can't do that, right? You have a chance to transpose into a pawn endgame. You know, if you calculate 10-15 minutes, calculate to the end, you just win the game. And if it doesn't work, okay, you waste 10 minutes and you have to, if you play queen b7, it doesn't matter that much if you have 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So in my opinion, just a very bad judgment call by Leaf to play it so quickly and not even seriously consider queen f8. So luckily he gave you another chance, and now he was a little bit imprecise with this move before, which seems very natural, but for some reason it's not the best. And now again you're kind of in the game, but it's still tricky. I have to find some very narrow path like this, something like this, and then I guess queen d5, and then you get an endgame like this, which I guess is a draw.
I saw this line, but I guess I didn't see queen e6, but I like calculated this line. There's like transpositions, I think. So yeah, I mean.
Yeah, so that would have probably been better, because here he gets this very important pawn and he gets the queen on d5, and you probably should win somehow here, but it's a little tricky. Yeah, and here he of course made another careless move, which allowed b4, and suddenly you're completely back in the game. King c8 was very precise, not to let the queen back to control e2 square, and then it's a draw.
I mean, I guess with king f1, I guess king f1 would still be a draw, right? Because like take on f3 and then like
well, he might be risking to lose.
Yeah, because like if I trade the queens, then I have g5.
Yeah, I mean even this, I mean he needs to make a draw somehow here. So he correctly bailed out into a draw. Now one thing I wanted to ask you about is I noticed, you know, when I followed your games at the women's championship and also some other games you've played, and even I've played you myself a few times, I noticed that you have very good fighting spirit, like you're a good fighter till the very end. And in this game against a strong player, you also found yourself in a difficult position and you fought really well. I wanted to ask you a little bit about what helped you become such a great fighter in chess.
I mean, I guess I know, like, I used to just, like, never resign, and, like, it was just kind of my mentality, like, play out until the end, because there can always be some kind of, like mistakes made, and, like, it's hard to, like, convert sometimes, so
Yeah.
I guess, like, I mean, I stopped, like, I resign at some point now, but I think, like, I know I've had games where, like, there's been, like, complications, like, I've been winning, and then, like, something's been complicated, and then I mess up, and I, like, end up, like, drawing or losing, so I guess, like, the game's not over till it's really over is, like, kind of how I think about it.
A very good attitude to have, and that's this great attitude helped Chloe here save a very important half point, and also you had a great win earlier in the tournament against William Grave, and after getting second place in the Marshall Championship, so playing really good chess, fighting very well, and wish you the best of luck tomorrow and continuing great fighting chess against these strong players. And anything more you want to say to the audience?
I mean, I guess, like, yeah, before I know some people in the chat were saying how before it was, like, hard to find and I might not find it, but I mean, honestly, when you just, like, think about, like, I guess after F3 I was kind of shocked, and, like, I just, like, before it was instant to me, so it wasn't that hard, but I guess just, like, yeah, thinking about, like, I mean, I noticed that the second rank was weak, and, like, I've always wanted some kind of perpetual, so, like, before just kind of an active move.
In my opinion, before is maybe a harder move to see from opponent than from yourself, right? Because you don't realize you're weakening some square. You don't realize the drawback. But once they play it, it's kind of a relatively easy tactical pattern to find. It's more about, like, keeping yourself together and, like, being in a good mindset and continuing to look for chances. Congratulations, Chloe, and good luck. Let's try to finish on a good note. And do you want to take a look at some games?
Sure.
Let's see how Irina is doing. The game, I think, is still ongoing. But do you think she has a chance to save this game? What do you think?
I mean, what happened? Because I saw earlier that, like, I don't know how she got a rook and bishop for a queen.
Well, basically, by the way, I'll turn off the engine. I want to give you a little bit of an exercise.
Oh yeah, I know. We turned it off right now.
I did, yeah. So Queen A4. What is the best move for black here?